Hey everyone, it's Tobes, and welcome to your second monitor. Today for Midweek Magic, we have On the Edge. This is actually On the Edge plus Foundations. So On the Edge events are 60-card constructed events that are basically standard, but they only use cards from the most recent 3 sets, which at this time of recording is Lorwyn Eclipsed, Avatar the Last Airbender, and Through the Omen Paths, or the Spider-Man set. So we're mostly doing Lorwyn and Avatar and Foundations, since Foundations is part of this as well, in a little deck that I like to call Triple F. Let's take a look at the Triple F deck and see what it's all about. So this is Triple F, Flash, Flying, and Fairies. What we've got going on here is we've got 18 cards with Flash, 11 cards that are Fairies, and 18 more cards that fly. And of course there's some overlap in several of these, because, of course, in Lorwyn Eclipsed, we got to see a bunch of cool new fairies. Maybe not as many as some of us would have enjoyed, but we get to see some that, that have flash and obviously fly. So got a couple of these Glenelendra Guardians to protect us, a bunch of other fun things in there, plus other flyers and other cards with flash, like Angswift Savior, who everyone loves, of course, and can transform. Likely is not going to in this deck, but you never know. Sometimes we just want to try and get in at flash speed and fly our way to victory. To that end, we're running a classic, Brandborn Cutthroat. Gotta love the Cutthroat. And it's a 4 of in our deck, so we really want to flash things in on our opponent's turns and teach them a lesson in that way. We're also getting to run the Unagi of Kyoshi Island, which is a flash creature, has a huge waterbend cost. I mean, it's waterbend 4, so it's not actually that big, but it's pretty big. And might draw some cards. We've got a nice little removal suite. We've got a few non-basic lands, nothing super special, just what's legal for us in these formats. And then we've got a few synergy cards that care about what we're doing. So, of course, Brineborn Cutthroat gets a counter every time we cast a spell on our opponent's turn. So that's not just our flash threats, but we've got 6 instants in the deck. Also true for Unwelcome Sprite, which whenever we cast a spell on an opponent's turn, we get to Surveil to. So that's a good way for us to stack the top of our deck or cycle through it in order to get to where we need to. Mischievous Mystic lets us make a fairy every time we draw our second card, and we're doing a little bit of serious card draw in this deck, what with our 3 Chartercourses and a few Into the Royals, which we're often kicking, and 2 Quick Studies, so plenty of good draw here. And finally, we're running 2 Empyrean Eagles just because we have so many flyers that getting an Anthem effect across our board tended to be pretty good and better than, running more of our non-rare additional cards. So flash, flying, and an unexpected, perhaps, number of fairies. So that is our Triple F deck for today, and it's what we're going to try and see if we can make happen during the event. So thanks for watching ahead of time. Make sure to like and subscribe, ring the bell, check out if you want to be, notified, ring the bell if you want to be notified when I post videos. I've got more Lorwyn Eclipsed Commander decks coming out starting this Thursday. This next Thursday one I'm really excited about, so I hope you'll tune in for that. But for now, let's play some Midweek Magic. A lot of talking and then a lot of waiting. That's how it goes. Let's see what our opponents have put together for us. And if they can handle our flash flyers. They probably can, in all honesty. I don't know if we're actually going to get to see our opponent here. Feels like we're waiting for them for quite a while. Okay. We do get to see them. It's JRandom Hacker for game 1. And this is a hand. We can keep this hand. This is fine. We can even start with our Temple of Enlightenment and give us a scry. Oh, we will say hello. Hello to you too, opponent. What's nice about this is that we can play an island and then just pass, and Brineborn Cutthroat on their turn. Oh, it's a Heraparan deck. Well, that's sure a thing that they can do. It's not my favorite thing for them to do, but sure. Let's get in with our Cutthroat. And they don't want to take it, of course. We'll just play an island and pass again. This way we can Cutthroat and Spectral Sailor. So if they want to swing in with their first bunny, then they can, and we can maybe eat it. They do not. That is fair of them. We've got a Spectral Sailor. Maybe we can be the beatdown here? We're going to see. I don't know if we can keep this up, but we're just going to find out. Yeah, let's just swing in with everything. Do they take 8? It's possible. Okay, they do. As much as I'd like to get a Mischievous Mystic out first, I think we need more lands. So I'd rather hit our land drops here. So we're going to Tranquil Cove and keep it going. At this point, I think it's time for us to switch over to flyers. Right. So the Mystic would be good for us, the Glamour Gifter, and then we can drop the Empyrean Eagle the next turn. We've got a Hallowed Fountain. All right, if we attack here, they're going to eat some of our stuff. That's reasonable. I think we drop our Mystic, since we can't flash it in. And then we attack with everything else? Sure. What the heck? We're not going to get to draw another card this turn, but they're going to sacrifice just a couple of bunnies. That's okay. And then we can shock in our Hallowed Fountain to let them know we've got something scary over here. Whereas they've got a bunch of Heir Apparents. That's fair. Apparently. Alright. Do we just Glamour Might now so they can't attack with everything? I think that's probably a good idea. Let our Cutthroats grow a touch. We will Glamour Might in order to tap one of these bunnies down. And they can attack with as much as they want. What's that? 10 damage. We're going to cut it down to 9 damage. I don't think that we have the win. I think they've got us here, but that's fine. Oh, maybe they don't. Empyrean Eagle. Let's swing in with everything. See how they block. That's about all they can do. Then we flash in our Glamour Gifter and make something, particularly our Sailor, a 4/4. Good game. So we just barely got there against Heir Apparent. That suits me. A Heir Apparent deck is very... good game, J Random Hacker. Heir Apparent decks are, in my opinion, pretty boring to play against and not super fun to play, but it is an easy way to play in one of these events if you don't feel like crafting a bunch of cards or making your own deck. But I mean, that's what content creators like me are out there for, to make the decks for you. Alenia Divergent Storm, very cool card. A lot of fun to play on Arena. Not that much fun to play against, especially in paper, but a good time. So yeah, these decks that I build, they're not guaranteed to be great, but they are fun. Okay? Game 2 against Jiro 2025. I'm sorry, my friend, it's 2026 now. You gotta change your username. This is not terrific, but I'll take it. We can start attacking on turn 3. We're going to Temple of Enlightenment to Tranquil Cove. Okay, sure. I don't want to get slowed down too much by not having enough land, so we'll hang on to this tap land. Authority of the Consuls. That'll slow us down too. Let's just go ahead and play out this Mystic. Authority of the Consuls may hurt us pretty bad in terms of the amount of life they're going to gain from it. But we can only do what we can do. Another Heir Apparent deck. That's unfortunate. We may not be able to beat this one. So let's just attack with our Mystic. And we'll chart a course. Get ourselves a fairy. It comes in tapped. They get a life from it. We'll play our Tranquil Cove so we also gain a life. And we'll just keep it rolling. Some Empyrean Eagles at this point would be really nice. Ooh, Momo. That doesn't help us at all. That blocks our entire deck, it feels like. Well, let's play an island, and then... Yeah, I hate to do it, but I don't think we're going to get in on the ground with all these bunnies. So maybe we just Glamour Might here. it'll come in and tap down Momo, so we can at least push a little bit of damage. I mean, not much, since they're gaining all this life, but we can only do what we can do. Momo triggers when it leaves the battlefield, not when it dies. So they are a little stuck on land. That's okay with me. We can't block with our Guardian, but we sure can counter some spells. But they're basically just playing creature spells. Let's just swing in. Yeah, I don't feel a lot of hope on this one. Are they going to trade with the Mystic? That's fair. Wasn't planning to draw any extra cards anyway. They put a counter on something. They do. We can enter the Royal that, but it doesn't really help us to do so. Yeah. Yeah, not a lot of hope on this one. Viewers, hit it on the Sanctifier just for the bunny theme and to keep up some life gain. Oh, a Pride Mate. Didn't expect that. Alright. Well, what are we taking here? Is that 8, 11? I don't love it. Here's what we'll do. Oh, they're just going to attack with those two. Okay. Well, we're going to Brineborn. Can't block, obviously. And we will just take the 4, but we'll play this other fairy so we can start doing more in the airy stuff. Alright, not great. I just don't love it. What can we do about this? Not much. We're just going to pass. We've got to deal with the Pride Mate, obviously. They're going wide and tall. Another bun. So they get a whole bunch of triggers here. But we can into the Roylet. And we very likely will. I hate that they gain so much life that it makes us look like we're losing some on the Lorwyn board. Well. They're not casting anything, so we don't have a reason to take the counter off of, or the ability rather, to take the counter off of our Guardian and get a bigger flyer. And it's not going to matter if we were to. Alright, we're going to block like this to make them think we've got a plan. And it turns out we do. They can gain life as much as they want. Doesn't bother me because we are going to put their lion back in their hand. Make our cutthroats both a little bigger so that we can eat one of their hairs. We've got a Glamour Gifter. That's something. It's not much, but they replay their Pride Mate. Sure, it gets bigger. We've got a Glamour Mite, so we can tap it down, but they're not really attacking with much, and we can't slam either. These both have flash, so I think we just pass. Do wish we had a way to jump our cutthroats, because they do get quite big. Let's see what we do here. They don't attack. Okay, well, we're gonna Glamour Mite. And I guess we will tap down their Pride Mate. Doesn't really do much for us, but we can do it. Hate to lose the Glamour Gifter here as well, but it does make our cutthroats bigger. I don't think this is probably the right choice, but it doesn't matter. Look at all the life they have. Yeah, there's no hope for us here. We're going to just swing in and give them a good game. They block with some buns. They take a little bit of damage in the air. What, like 8? They're down to 19. They're thinking about doing something else. Yep. And that is enough. It looks like we have something that can stop them, but we do not. And that is all she wrote. Good game, Jiro 2025. Maybe I should have stuck in 2025 too. All right, we are 1-1. Let's keep it going. 1-1 against heir apparent decks. Maybe we have something better we can play against, something more fun, something more original. We'll find out. Again, no criticism against people who like it. This is game 3 against Labrax. We have, not my favorite hand, but we can use our Scry for something, maybe block and kill something with the Cathar Commando. Got a Plains and a... Okay, got probably more of the same. Now this might be... Okay, we'll take that land. This might be non-heir apparents. We'll see. Is it? It's Giada. Okay, so it's just life gain. Life gain and Angels is not very good for us, in all honesty. It is what it is. We will pass. We could have played our Unwelcome Sprite, but I would rather them attack with their bunny so we can kill it. Exemplar of Light is pretty great. It's a 5/5, draws them a card. Pretty good. We can at least slow down their life gain this way by trading our Cathar Commando for the bun. That is fine with me. We've got another Cathar Commando, but not really something we want to see. Yeah, let's pass the turn. They've got 4 mana rather, available to them. And a Planeswalker. Interesting. Are they going to make a Kithkin, perhaps? I assume they will. That's pretty good. We're going to Fabloom trick in order to tap down their Exemplar of Light. They don't want to attack now, because they'll lose their Giada. Okay, so we can Empyrean Eagle to get some bigger flyers. We can attack down their Ajani, so they either have to lose Ajani or lose their Giada. They take Ajani, all right. Inspiring Overseer is very good and very large. Helps out the Exemplar. They draw 2 cards after all of this. And they've got a land. Oh, they've got another Interland Sanctifier. Okay. Well, we can't stop this Exemplar of Light from coming in, so we're just going to go down to 13. And we also can't draw a reasonable card. A land, that is. So what we're going to do is attack with our 2/2 Fairy. I assume they're just going to take it, or they'll block with the Inspiring Overseer. We'll see. What I want this to do is to give us the ability to chart a course, maybe draw a land, and have mana open to do something else. That's fine. We'll lose it. I don't mind, because it lets us chart a course without having to discard a card. We get land. Do we chart a course again? I think we play this Unwelcome Sprite instead. Gives us the ability to block at least, and at present, we can block the Exemplar of Light and kill it. Pridemate is not good for us, but it's something. It could be worse. You got 4 more mana if they're casting an Angel. They did. It's not great. Their life total is out of control, and we are out of hope. It looks like. We're going to just take the 8, block this Inspiring Overseer. Why not the other way around? We don't have a lot of hope anyway. Angel of Vitality is a 7/7 in the air. Yeah, we're done. Okay. Let's just play cards. Good game, opponent. We will concede to you. Can't do anything against that. Good game, Labrax. Okay. We don't just lose to heir apparents. We are 1-2, going into game 4. Maybe this will be something different. Maybe we'll play against a non-white deck. You never know. All right, game 4 against this guy. We've got double blue, which is not ideal. I think we're going to mulligan this. I would like to have a little more action. Our curve is not high, but this is just a little more than I'm asking for. Let's put this Flock Imposter away. Okay. Fade Bloom Trick is fine for us. Flock Imposter is not the best card in this deck, but it is a fairy. It's got flash, it's got flying. It makes us bounce something which could be relevant. We will just pass, and we can flash in the Brineborn Cutthroat, and even trade with the Pridemate if they don't gain any life ahead of time. But they're going to gain some life. Linden gives them life when they attack. Lots of mono-white life gain, just generally. We flash in our Cutthroat. Oh, I love that they have the Ice Age sleeves. I started playing in Ice Age. Very cool. Okay, well, we just pass. Leonin Vanguard to give them even more life gain. Sure. Another Pridemate. Why not? We're going to Fade Bloom Trick to tap down their first Pridemate. So if they want to gain any more life this turn besides what they get from the Vanguard, they're going to have to attack with Linden, which means losing Linden. They do not want to do that. Seems good to me. I think we have to play this wisely, but I refuse to do that. This is fine. This way we can chart a course, but I think I'd rather play another Brineborn to surprise them and then bounce something with into the Royal. All right, more life gain sources. They pump up their Pridemates. Okay, not the Vanguard, but they gain a bunch of life off of Linden, which is going to hurt us for sure. We can flash in our Brineborn, pumping up our other Brineborn. We can block Linden here, and then into the Royal, their larger Pridemate, so that they lose Linden. They do 7 damage to us this turn. And they have to replay their Pridemate, and it's smaller. Okay, we can Empyrean Eagle, but if we do, it's not ideal for us. But maybe it's a good idea anyway. You know what? We're going to attack with a single fairy. Just get in for one, chart a course, hope to draw a land that we can play untapped. We didn't do that, so we're going to shock this in and pass the turn. This way we can quick study on our turn if we need to pump up our Cutthroat. We've got another Linden. That's annoying. Pridemates get bigger. Pridemates get bigger. Pridemates are going to continue to get bigger if they attack with a bunch of stuff. Yeah, okay. It's not ideal. They gain 4 life. So they've got a 14-14 and a 9-9. We've got to block the 14-14 and the 9-9, really. And we just take 3 is the idea. Yeah, that's the only thing we can do. We just do here, quick study to not find anything we can use this turn, but yeah, nothing really much we can do at all. Alrighty, we're down to 5. We've got an untapped mana source, we've got an Empyrean Eagle, and we have a fairy we can play But I think this is everything for us, because their minimum damage is 5. No, their minimum damage is not. It's 3. Since the Vanguard gains +1/+1 until end of turn when they attack with everything. Everything that doesn't have summoning sickness, that is. Yep. Got Linden. We'll let all this resolve without us having to click through it. We can at least eat Linden, but we lose our Empyrean Eagle, and I guess we'll lose everything, in fact, because the Glenelender Guardian, if we block Linden with it, will lose its Anthem effect post-combat. So we've lost everything here. Maybe we should have a board wipe in this deck. Would be a shame. But I think that's actually everything. You know, what we could have done is gone on our own terms with Hallowed Fountain. That's all right. We're going to tap this down, give him a good game, and scoop. Good game, opponent. Well, life gain is the theme of the day, I guess. I suppose we're also playing white, and we do have a couple of gain lands, but it's not really a life gain deck. All right, we're into game 5 against Bear. Bear. A flying bear, perhaps. This hand, I don't really like it. This is better. And I'll take it and put the Flock Imposter on the bottom. Start with an island. Ooh, we've got an Izzet deck. At least those colors, that's pretty good. Play a Plains and pass so we can Brineborn on their instep. And we do. And do they use removal on it immediately? They don't. Haha. A pretty good day. Let's keep going. Grixis mana. Ty Lee. When Ty Lee attacks, you can pay 1 so something can't block. That's fair. Okay. Let's attack with this. See if they want to trade Ty Lee for either of them. They do not. Sounds fine. Azula on a hunt. Firebending 2. When she attacks, lose a life and make a clue. Alright. Do they pay? They do not. Let's Glamourmite to untap this Cutthroat, but we're just going to block with the Glamourmite. Alright, we've got a little bit of fun going on here. Let's attack. See if they want to trade Azula. I assume they do not. They do not. And we'll pass. This way we can Cathar Commando and then make it a 4/4. Pump up both of our Cutthroats in the process. Flash on our Commando. See what they want to do about it, if anything. They've got to spend some mana to play out some creatures, or we get in other ways. Azula always lies. Well, this will work on that too. I do like Azula always lies. Feels a little bit like Chandra's Pyrohelix or the 1 in a red spell that you can put 2 damage on 2 different things. Kind of Black's take on that in a way. I do enjoy it though. Let's see what they do about this. Last Agni Kai, sure. So they lose Azula anyway. But we get our Glamour Gifter. And we get to make the Cathar Commando a 4/4. So Azula Always Lies will not kill it. Do they have a creature? They've got May. Jaded Edge. All right. Well, that's enough for them. All right. Good game, Flying Bear. Bear. Bear? I don't know how to pronounce that. Let me know in the comments if you have any idea. Well, that was game 5. We get another little prize here, which will be Synthesizer Lab ship. Cool. I had this at the pre-release. That's fun. Nice. All right. Going into game 6 against Patatern 666. We have not the very best hand in the world. No, I don't think so. This is mildly better. Put the Unagi on the bottom. We don't really have a way to shuffle our library, but it's fine. We can at least Brineborn on their second turn instep, and then flash them again the next turn. Hold out on the Hallowed Fountain. Don't need it yet. Got a Pridemate. We're doing this again, but it looks like it's white and black this time, so this might actually be the Foundation's Orzhov deck. Don't know. We will see if they want to trade. I assume they don't. Nope, guess not. Well, it doesn't bother me to put the Pridemate in the Iceberg either, if we need to. I don't think we'd really need to yet, though. If I know this deck, and it looks like the same deck that I'm thinking of, I think we can get ourselves a bigger Cutthroat. Moment of Craving would kill the Cutthroat if we didn't have a Cathar Commando to play and a Spectral Sailor. Now this will make the Pridemate into a 4/4, but I don't mind that. They can keep it back to block if they want to, or they can attack. I will not block it. Okay. Well, if that's the case, let's get in, I think. Let's just get in with the Sailor. Oh no, we'll throw the Brine board in as well. If they want to trade, that's okay with me. Nope, guess not. We will chart a course. Alright, oh, we can Noggle it now if we want to. Let's just play our island and pass the turn. Noggle the Mind is a flash speed, loses all abilities and becomes a 1/1. That's pretty cool. Not super great against a Pridemate since it gets to keep its counters, but we can use this on something else. Mortify will not stop, or will not be stopped by flashing something in, so that's okay. What we can do, though, is we can Aang's Iceberg the Pridemate, and that will be fine. Let's play this Hallowed Fountain, shock it in, we'll attack here, and then we will just pass. We can Iceberg the Pridemate and play our Cathar Commando as well, or Noggle something if they get something else that's cool. Another Pridemate, that's kind of cool. Yep, we're going to go ahead and Noggle that other Pridemate, so it can't gain any counters from the gain land. And we'll flash in this Iceberg to put this Pridemate on ice. Seems good. Alright. Well, we're going to play this land, and we're going to draw a card pre-combat with a Sailor to see if there's anything better for us to do. Not really. So we're going to attack with both of these. They will, I assume, trade for the commando, and we can flash in the other commando on our next turn. Yep, that's fine. They must not have any more Pride Mates if they're playing gain lands first. And that's their last Scoured Barrens. Yep. We've got a Dazzling Angel, though. It's pretty good. Can block our Spectral Sailor, but not so easily our Cathar Commando. We have a Brineborn of our own. So we're going to play with the... attacking with the Commando. They'll take it. And we will pass our turn. They've got a Fiendish Panda, so they can grow it. It is also a Pride Mate. So, we block with our Spectral Sailor, play out the Brineborn, play out the Flock Imposter, grow the Brineborn, bounce the Spectral Sailor, replay the Spectral Sailor, grow the Brineborn, Dazzling Angel still blocked, and we're doing fine. We've got 3 in the air. And we can gain life too if we wish. Maybe we wish. Let's go ahead and do it. Alright, pass. They can still grow their panda. And if they lose their panda brings something back. Which isn't great. Angelic Destiny on our Brineborn? Nice. I'll happily take that. Do they have some kind of thing that works with it? Did they cast the wrong spell? Did they mean to pacify it? Sorry, Pataturn 666, but good game. And that will be our 3rd win, but let's see if we can keep going. We've seen an awful lot of life gain, and I think maybe only like 1 that wasn't it. Not counting the other... Ooh! We got fancy Oko style. Interesting. Anyway, we're going to keep playing and see if we can get some more insight into what other people are playing that isn't Heir Apparent or life gain. At that point, I was happy to just take Orzhov life gain. All right, this is Game 7 against Quotidian Fellow. We have... I don't love it, but I can Cathar Commando early on. We'll keep this. Maybe we can scry our way into some more land. Or something else that's good to play. Let's see what the Quotidian Fellow is playing. They go to 6. They're green. Ooh, haven't seen a green player yet. We've got a Spectral Sailor, that's fine. They're Gruul, wow, okay. Pass after our 2nd land drop. They play nothing. We come in with a Cathar Commando. Let's see if they want to shock it. Looks like. Got a Burst Lightning going on. We got our 3rd land drop. That's good. So we'll keep passing. We can Glamour Might on this next turn. It's a pretty good... Ooh, Helana and Elena. That's terrible for me. Let's go ahead and tap it down. I guess we could have Iceberged now. But this way we can attack. And then... It's probably a mistake, but we're charting a course. Okay, that's fine. We will pass. Okay, they've got no creature play. And they don't want to do anything else. All right. We played our commando. Let's see if they shock it again. Nope. Well, if that's the case, Kang's Iceberg. Put Helana and Elena on ice. I love the Gruul Friends. If you want to check out my channel for a very old video now of the Gruul Friends and the Gay Kings together in a partner commander deck, it sure is there. I think it's called Magic is for Everyone, like everyone's invited to the barbecue. We get Lightning Struck on our Cathar Commando. That's okay with me. We are going to just flash in our Spectral Sailor on their end step. Here it is. Okay. Yeah, we'll just keep it going. And I guess we'll play just a basic Plains. That way we can flash in both of these friends on their turn. Another Helana and Elena. Sounds good. Huh, okay. Flock Imposter. Bounce Glamourmite. Glamourmite. Tap down Helana and Elena. Swing in for 5. Tapped Glenalinda Guardian. And if they play a non-creature spell, I would be delighted. Badger Cub is not a non-creature spell, and it's pretty bad for us. They've still got 5 mana, but they're not using it for anything. They're going to pump something up. Okay, it gains haste. That's fine. We attack. It's the first hit we're taking. So we are going to flash out our other Glenalinda Guardian. So what are we looking at here? 7 damage? Oh, no, we win. Novel of Mind on Helana and Elena. Swing in for the win. Good game, Quotidian Fellow. Nice. Yeah, especially in an Azorius deck, this is important, but always worth running plenty of removal and plenty of card advantage spells so you can keep things going. Alright, got an ICR. Ooh, a Killer Among Us. Very cool. This is going to be our 8th game, I believe. Maybe our last one. We'll see. Against Joshua, game 8. And we have a hand. I don't love this hand. Yeah, I think we don't keep it. This is better. What do I want to get rid of? I think the Glamour Gifter seems fine. So we can just play an island. Do we Mystic or Brineborn first? If we draw another flash spell, maybe we Brineborn first. Judy, one of many. Huh. Okay. Well, we're just gonna pass and maybe trade our Cathar Commando for Judy. If they attack with her. Surveil, make a token that's a copy of this creature and sacrifice an artifact or a creature. Interesting. Okay. So they could just pay black to Surveil. They will. Very interesting. It's a cool card. June Bounty Hunter. Okay, this is how they're doing what they're doing. Let's Brineborn. And we will attack with our Brineborn. They don't take it. Or they take it, rather. I think we don't have a way to draw more cards, so maybe the Mystic is not a good idea. I think we just hold up the Brineborn again, or the Commando as a blocker. It's fine either way. If they get something cool and big, we can always Noggle it. Phoenix Fleet Airship seems noggleable, but it's only on creatures, huh? What does this trigger on? You sacrificed a permanent. I don't want that to be the case. Oh, here's what we can do, though. Let's go ahead and block June, and then sack this to kill their airship. So we only take 2. That's okay with me. We've got more islands. Seems good. Let's play out this Unwelcome Sprite and attack. Then we can play the Brineborn on their turn if we want, and we'll get a trigger on our current Brineborn and on our Unwelcome Sprite. Or we can Noggle something if we feel like it. A Surveil right now would be pretty nice. Don't like falling behind and feeling we're limited on lands. Buzzard Wasp Colony. When it enters, you can sack something. If you do, draw a card. Whenever another creature you control dies, if it had counters on it, put those counters on this creature. Interesting. So using Judy, just, again, to surveil. Okay. Do they attack with June? They do. We're going to play our other Brineborn. Let's get a counter and a surveil. Into the Royal is pretty good. I think we put that on top and we can just draw the planes next turn. And for now, I think let's trade with June. Our Brineborn is doing pretty well. Yeah. We attack. They trade their Buzzard Wasp away. That's fine. That's okay with me. This way we can into the Royal whatever kind of big thing they get out, if they get something out. Like another Phoenix Fleet airship I'd like not to see. Alright, just another straight surveil. It is funny that this is like a named character with an epithet, but it is not legendary. Makes sense. Very cool. Spiral into Solitude, huh? No, I don't think so. Just pass. Flock Imposter is mandatory. Spinner of Souls, that's not what I would like to see. Here's a Brineborn. And here's a Noggle the Mind, so they don't just get free value off of their Spinner of Souls every time they use Judy. Do they sacrifice the Spinner? Nope. Okay, suits me. We'll attack with the Brineborn. See if they block with their Spinner. They do not. We will play our Mischievous Mystic. We can always flash in the Flock Imposter, I guess, and get the Mystic back to hand. We're going to Judy again for more surveilling. This is a cool combination, though. I like it. And they've given up. Good game, Joshua. All right. Well, that was game 8. We are 5-3. I think let's call it for there. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, On the Edge plus Foundations. It's a good time. As usual, Midweek Magic is going to run through around the same start time that it had on Thursday. So I recommend you come check it out. You know, bring one of the Foundation's free decks. Bring this On the Edge deck that I built, the Triple F deck. It seems pretty fun. And yeah, if you're interested in more Lorwyn Eclipsed content, you can see, not that we had that much of it, we had some though, some of our fairies. You can see the Lorwyn Eclipsed Commander decks that I'm releasing every Thursday until the Ninja Turtle set comes out next month. Or is that mid-March? It's mid-March. So yeah, started last Thursday. I did a Doran Besieged by Time deck. This week, we've got Bree of Clan Stoutheart. Gorgeous card and a lot of fun. So check that out if you want to see some Commander content. And otherwise, I will be back next Tuesday for the next Midweek Magic. As always, thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure to like and subscribe. Ring the bell if you want to be notified whenever I post my videos. And remember, most of all, that Magic is fun. You should play more Magic.